So why should non-Christians care anything about Easter, this day where Christians celebrate Jesus' resurrection from the grave? And I would encourage any non-Christian, I encourage non-Christian friends of mine to think about this on a couple of different levels. On one level, if Jesus didn't rise from the grave, if what Christians are celebrating on Easter is not true, then the Bible itself actually tells people to pity Christians. Christians are to be pitied among all men because they've based their entire lives on a lie. And so if you are not a Christian and you don't believe Jesus rose from the dead, then the message of the Bible is pity Christians if that's not true. At the same time, if it is true that Jesus did rise from the dead, then that has huge implications, not just for Christians, that has huge implications for every single person on the planet, regardless of what belief system or religion you might adhere to, or non-religion for that matter. Many times people think about religion, non-religion in terms of preferences and opinions, whatever works best for me. All religions kind of fundamentally the same, just superficially different. But this is where the reality of Easter confronts us, that this is not an issue of preference or opinion. This is a matter of truth or error. Either Jesus did rise from the dead, he's conquered death, or he didn't. That's not preference or opinion. That's fact or lie. And so I would encourage you, as a non-Christian, just like I encourage my non-Christian friends, to really think through that issue. And some of my friends will say, well, the burden of proof is on Christians to show that Jesus did rise from the dead, which there's truth to that. Christians need to have a reason for why they believe that Jesus rose from the dead. At the same time, I think there's also a burden of proof on non-Christians, because there's no question that a couple of thousand years ago, a movement sprung up almost overnight of people who claimed that Jesus had risen from the dead, and they were losing their lives for it, a movement that has spread like it has for 2,000 years. And so there's a burden of proof to explain what the explanation is behind that, how it was a hoax or this or that. And so my encouragement for anyone is to dive into this crucial claim that's at the center of all Christianity, because it has implications far beyond those who would call themselves Christians. Did Jesus rise from the dead? I would encourage you to dive into an answer to that question, and as you do, realize that the implications of that answer are eternally important, not just for Christians, but for non-Christians as well.